Alright, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, good morning. We are from group 4. In this meeting, we are going to explain and present about voicing and place of articulation. But before we explain about the materials, let me introduce my friends in this group. They are Ilma, Nuril, Fadlila, Suhartatik, Shinta Faizatun, Charline, Margia, and me, Liana Nalabaya. So, next, the first material or the first topic about voicing. Voicing or level of vibration. Voicing in phonology usually describes and characterizes consonant sounds, which means it determines whether a sound is voiced or voiceless. And then voicing in phonology is connected to the vocal cord. So the vocal cords can make wedge-shaped opening when they are far apart. This opening is called the glottis. Vocal cord vibration is technically referred to as voicing. And then according to the level of vibration of the vocal cord, consonants are classified into two sounds. Alright, here we go. The first sound is voice sound consonants. Voice consonants are produced when the glottis is closed. The vocal cords are set into vibration by the impact the pulmonary air. The air will blow the apart as it forces its way through. This makes the cords vibrate. Here are the example of voice sound, so let's check it. J, j, z, z, b, b, g, g, v, v, z, z, d, d, th, th, w, w, y, y, l, r, an, ong. Alright, after you listen a voice sound consonant, you know that a voice consonant is made by bringing your vocal folds together to create vibration. And you can feel that either by putting your finger on your throat. And when you feel the vibration on your throat, so it is a voice consonant sound or a voice sound. Alright, the second is voiceless consonant. Voiceless sounds in consonant occur when the glottis is wide open. Pulmonary air passes through it easily without causing any friction. That is, if the vocal cords are apart, then air can escape unimpeded. So, when you put your finger on your throat and then you say one of the example of voiceless consonant, such as s, s, and then you don't feel the vibration of chord, it means the sound is voiceless. Here are the example of voiceless consonant. Ch, ch, s, s, p, p, k, k, f, f, sh, sh, t, t, th, th, ha, ha.
Alright, I am Shinta Faizatun Nur. I will continue explaining about voicing. As explained before, Liana explained about voicing in consonants. So I will continue about voicing in vowels. All vowel sounds and diphthong are all voiced. That also including the letter Y when pronounced like a long E. And then the list of vowels and diphthong in English is E, 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 U, 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 ear, ear. A, 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 o, 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 oi, oi, o, o, e, e, a, 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 e, e, I, o, o. Okay, that's all of the list of vowels and diphthong in English. Thank you.
Okay, Liana, thank you for the explanation. Now, I'm Ilma Nuril Fadlila, and my student ID number is 193200090, and I'm going to explain about the next material is place of articulation. So, place of articulation, also point of articulation of a consonant, is the point of contact where an obstruction occurs in the vocal tract between an articulatory gesture, an active articulator, or typically some part of the tongue, and a passive location, or typically some part of the roof of the mouth. Then, the place of articulation can be any of these points. There are the lips, the teeth, the lips and teeth, the alveolar ridge, the hard palate, the soft palate, and the glottis. And I'm going to explain about the lips and the teeth, and then the lips and teeth. Okay, the next is lips or bilabial sound. So some sounds are produced when the pulmonary air is modified or blocked or constricted by the lips. These are sounds formed using both B for upper and lower lips for labia. Examples of bilabial sounds include P, which is voiceless, B, and M, which are voiced. Then there is a labiodental consonant. They are represented by the symbol F, which is voiceless, and V, which is voiced. It has happened when the upper teeth and the lower lip collaborate to produce a sound. Okay, the next is the example of bilabial and labiodental. For voiceless of bilabial, there is P sound. The example is pan, pan, and then for voiced of bilabial, there are B sound. The example is ban, ban, and then B sound. The example is man, man, and then for voiceless of labiodental, there is F sound. The example is fish, fish. And then for voiced of labiodental, there is V sound. The example is van, van. Okay, the next is teeth or dental. These sounds are formed with the tongue tip behind the upper front teeth. It has happened when the two th sounds of English, the and th, are formed by forcing air through the teeth. The apex of the tongue is normally inserted between the upper and the lower teeth, and air is forced out. The voiced dental is represented by the symbol the, and it is like when you pronounce the word dal in hijaiyah. For example, are the pronunciation of the initial sound of common words like the, there, then, and thus. Meanwhile, the sound of voiceless dental is th. It is like when you pronounce the word tha in hijaiyah, usually referred to as theta. For example, are the pronunciation of the words like thin, bath, teeth, and three.
So I will continue the presentation after Ilma. My name is
Charline Margia Ansori, and my student ID is 19320067. And the first is I will explain about alveolar range. Alveolar sound is created when the tongue tip or blade touches the bony swells behind the top of the teeth, like shown in the image. This swells is in the part of the gum which lies behind the upper teeth. In English, the following phonemes of alveolar is T as in tin, D as in din, S as in sin, Z as in zip, L as in look, R as in roof, N as in night. Some are plosive. Plosive is consonant which produced by holding the airflow then proceed by a sudden release of air, such as T and D, while the others are fricative, which is consonant that are created from friction of breath in small opening, such as an S and Z. Or lateral consonant is that formed by lifting the tip of the tongue and touch the alveolar ridge so the air goes between both sides of the tongue, such as in L, R, and N. But the place of articulation is clearly on the alveolar ridge for all of them. And the next is hard palate. The hard palate is where the horizontal bony plate that make division of the plate of the mouth, such as shown in the image. This denoting the fricative sound being forced between tongue and the very top of your mouth. The interaction between the tongue, especially the edge, and the hard palate is the influential in the formation of certain speech sound. Earliest account of phonetics also classified our fricates as being palatal. In short, palatal is consonant sounded by the tongue touching the hard palate, to be specific in the middle part. And the example of the phonetics is
Well, I am Suhartatik. My student ID number is 19320095. So now we are going to discuss about the soft plate. The soft plate, also known as the velum, palatal velum, or muscular plate, is in mammals the soft tissue constituting the back of the roof of the mouth. For the structure of soft plate, we have 5 structures. The 5 muscles of the soft plate play important roles in swallowing and breathing. The muscles are musculus ovale, which moves the uvula, tensor veli palatini, levator veli palatini, platoglossus muscle involved in swallowing. These 3 structures involved in swallowing. So for the 5th structure, it is palatopharyngeus involved in breathing. These muscles are innervated by the pharyngeal plexus via the vagus nerve, with the exception of the tensor veli palatini. The tensor veli palatini is innervated by the mandibular division of the trigeminal nerve. For the next, we move to the function. The soft palate is multifunctional. It aids speech and pronunciation of velar consonants along with the dorsum of the tongue. When swallowing, it rises to close the nasal passage and prevents any food or liquid from entering into the nasal cavity. It does the same thing for the larynx when sneezing. The uvula helps produce the gag reflex when touched. For the last place of articulation, we have glottis. The glottis is the opening between the vocal folds, or we can call it as the rima glottis. The glottis is crucial in producing vowels and voiced consonants. For the next, we move to the structure. Glottis has two structures. There are vestibular fold and vocal fold. The vocal folds and space between the folds are referred to as glottic opening. For the last, we will discuss about the function of the glottis. Well, while breathing, the glottis expands into a triangular shape opening. So, the broader opening allows air to more freely enter and leave the trachea and lungs. To make voice sound, the laryngeal muscles reduce the size of the glottic opening to a narrow slit. Well, that's all for our presentation today. Thank you so much. And the last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.